live.
Oh, awesome. Oh, yeah. That's from now on, I'll know that it should, that should pop up on your screen to know that it's gone live. Okay, cool. I think we'll start. I think people will come. It's already like 10 minutes into the thing. I think so. That's enough icebreakers that's happened. Use a mask, Brijesh. What is this?
What did you say? Oh, God. Yeah.
Anyways, okay. I formally welcome all of you for the second ILS. We have Sezel, who's this is also literally her second ILS, because the first one she was as a guest as well. So yay, thank you so much for coming. I don't think we don't want to waste too much of your time. So go on ahead, Sezel. Tell us why you're here, apart from us be here. But apart from that, you can please tell us why you're here and what exactly we're in Just Robotics.
All right. Hello, everyone. It is so much fun to see so many people on one screen, because like in our company, we have like two of us, and every time I'm like, okay, one person. So this feels really good. I will share my screen. All right. Let me know if you can see it.
Yep, we see it. Ooh.
Okay. So, folks, how was your week?
Good, yeah. Good. It's all right.
All right. Okay. So this is, okay. And how was your weekend? I know the weekend starts today, but how was your last weekend, if I may ask?
Good. Actually, bit tiring, but very good. A lot of fun.
What did anyone else do? No? Okay.
I think you can probably ask each one of them to do it.
Yeah, Eben, what did you do over the weekend?
He slept a full day, nothing else.
I was building robots.
Sunday. Live.
Not Sunday. Sunday I was sleeping, sorry.
All right. Cool. So this was actually the question, what we used to like. So when I was working in a lot of companies before, like I will give my intro in a bit, but we used to always get this question on a Monday morning, like, how was your weekend? How was your weekend? Right? And everyone would be like, yeah, we slept, we got drunk, we just wasted our time, we, like binge watched, and we're like, okay. And then they would be like, oh, we wish we had something productive, like what is this? And always there was this sense of thing that people wanted to do something else, but they would not usually do it. The four of us actually, that's Manisha, Ayush, Tarun, and me, started off something called as productive weekends. So it was not a company per se, it was more of a community where we would hold a lot of these workshops over the weekend, where a lot of people would just use these ticketing platforms to sell tickets and just do anything and everything in the world. So the four of us, for over a year, we just used to focus on doing some things apart from our work over the weekend, and we were actually called productive weekends, like very clearly and blatantly. Chaitanya has been part of some of our, in fact, our first workshop when we started off and we were super new. So yeah, we got friends and family first, and then probably a lot of other folks as well. So we did everything from like reliving your 90s, where literally this actually happened at my house, where we just, like put up, like it was like a birthday party and people just came in to relive the 90s. Like we just had these 90s games, passing the parcel chips, and people actually signed up because they wanted to, I don't know, like probably relive the 90s. So that was interesting. We just experimented with a lot of things. So that was one thing we did. We also worked with this NGO called Gramantara, where we would help make homes and blocks. Like, there's actually those bricks that you get. So we would actually travel to this village about 2 hours from Bangalore, and we would make bricks and then build houses. So we did that as well. We did rekindling curiosity, which was also super fun. So this was content that we were trying to build ourselves as well. Like we thought that curiosity, that whole aspect of curiosity is lost and people should be curious. So we kind of did this workshop on rekindling curiosity, where we had things right from improv to a lot of games and understanding, like self-awareness as well. So we did that. We did slow art day, where we would just go to NGMA or any of these art galleries, and we would just stare at a painting and very slowly decode it. So this was actually an international event. So we would also pick up international events and try and do it in Bangalore. So we would just be on the lookout to do different things. And design thinking is something we started off because me and Manisha, both of us attended this workshop at IIMB Bangalore on design thinking. And we were like, oh my God, this is awesome. Like everybody should know about it. So that's when we actually started off Productive Weekends, because we wanted to spread the idea of design thinking. So, and Ayush and Tarun had actually done it on Stanford as well online. So then we, built up workshops accordingly. And we actually did one for kids as well. So that was also super fun, and kids have the greatest of ideas. So we love, like even today, we love working with kids and giving them problems to solve, and they coming up with things. So we did that, and we also did mapathons where we would actually chart places on the map. If you've heard of mapathon, that's again an international thing where a lot of these natural calamities occur all around the world, right? And they like a lot of areas are damaged. So it's difficult for rescue teams to actually reach these areas to help the people who are living there. So on mapathons, what we do through satellite imagery, we actually like zoom in, figure out the places, mark it. So we help these rescue teams understand what the terrain looks like in those areas. So some of these we just did free, like people would just come in, we would just take a space and do it. The others, we kind of, try to make some money off it and everything. So we did this for a year. And then we kind of also did workshops at LinkedIn. So that's Akshay Kothari, who was the MD, the India country head at LinkedIn for about 3 years. So we did a lot of these workshops at LinkedIn. So LinkedIn being a product company, so I and Tarun, both of us were working at LinkedIn at that time. So they would work on like on the product side and stuff, but they still did not really like design think and all of that. So he actually, Akshay Kothari, was from Stanford, the design school, and he was like, oh my God, you guys are doing this, let's do it for my teams. And then we started doing a lot more at LinkedIn as well. And fast forward, he actually even funded our startup. So he was the one who actually pushed us and said that, what are you people doing? Like, why don't you try this out? Like there is a need in India, right, for kind of innovation and for people to think creatively and compassionately. So with that, it became like, okay, like, so after LinkedIn, I did leave and I joined Deloitte Digital, and Tarun joined Google. But after 11 months there, we were like, okay, you know what, like, let's just try this out. Like it might really work, because we really believe in the idea that we need the ideas of creativity and compassion need to be spoken about, whether it's at a school level, at a college level, or even at a company level. So that's where the idea actually stemmed up, and we're like, okay, you know what, let's just try it out. And when we got funded, we sort of believed that, okay, there is people believe in us, people believe in this mission. So that's how we started off. So that was Tarun and me. We kind of started this company called Fire.fly now. As in terms of introduction, like I was in IMC with Chaitanya, and then I got campus placed at HCL. And I was done. I was like, I need Bangalore. Like, I don't know how I can survive I don't know how I survived another year in Delhi apart from being in college. So I was literally done. And I was like, okay, fine, let's just leave the job and we'll figure out something in Bangalore. So that happened. I came to Bangalore. I worked at a startup for a few months, and then I got into LinkedIn and then into Deloitte Digital. Tarun, on the other hand, is he worked at Flipkart when Flipkart was super nascent. Like they started off and they were like about 10, 20 people in their team. And in, I think he usually says in 2011, if you purchased any electronic goods, then probably he was the one who packed it for you. So he started off at Flipkart, and then he moved to Yahoo, LinkedIn, and then Google. So if you see, both of us have been in the advertising and marketing field for those many years. And then we started off Fire.fly. So Fire.fly, mainly the vision is to enable and empower people to lead creative and compassionate lives. Like we really believe that these two things are so important because technologies keep changing every day, right? Like, new things come in and new things go, things become obsolete, technologies become, like, you people are working on such new age things, and then again you're reliving, you're relearning things. So it's very important for us to have that mindset, right? To be open to believe that it's fine if this is not going to work, but let me relearn and start something new. Or let me take in, like, the whole idea of learning, like our whole is a learning journey, right? So to have that mindset is what we really believe is going to are the skills of the future and are going to help people be okay and accept everything that goes around them. So that's how we like that's how we really believe, and these are the workshops that we usually work on as well. So we actually create and curate a lot of practices and experiences. So we do literally like we do workshops, but apart from that we also have a lot of experiences. So we were also trying to build like a sensual experience, like with all your five senses on curiosity as well, before this pandemic hit. I'm so sad, but yeah, like we're trying to create some of those experiences as well, that people learn in newer ways, that students don't have to probably sit in a classroom and just take in knowledge, but are able to experience something. So that's how Fire.fly started, and we've been here for about a year and a half now. Super fun, lot of learning, like especially being entrepreneurs, it taught us a lot. Like the first day, I remember we like left our jobs and we met and we're like, okay, what do we do? Okay, we need the signatures. Okay, we need to open a company. Like, should it be an LLP or should it be like a partnership or a private limited? All of those things, like you actually explore those things and speak to a lot of people. Like we changed, like obviously, like 3 days, I guess, because we couldn't like one person's like this and then they're like, oh, we'll do some jugaad and get this money, and we're like, no, we don't want to do jugaad right at the beginning. Let's just see where it goes. So we changed a lot of people, understood a lot of things in this whole domain of right from starting a company. And we thought, oh, wow, we could do this on our own. And we even tried like, filling all those government forms. And then we're like, oh no, we need a CA. Like it's not going anywhere. So right from that to getting our first clients. And so when we started off this was in March of last year, and our first workshop was a summer camp, right? So we did this summer camp for kids on design thinking, because this lady who runs this place in Kanakpura Road called the Circular Square, she was like, I love the concept of design thinking and I want to work with kids on this. So we were like, okay, you know what, like let's try this out. And so we did this with her. It was so much fun. Like we had a blast, and we're like, oh my god, this is not our market. Like honestly, we thought we're gonna go to schools and become like take workshops for them in schools. So the next 3 months were horrible because we kept going to school after school, knocking their doors. Oh my god, like the principals were like, yeah, okay, come tomorrow, let's talk about it. And we were like, oh, you're not teaching math or science. We don't understand. We don't want all this. And these were like really good schools as well. We tried like CBSE, ICSE, state. Oh my god! Like we actually went to Mysore for 2 days to schools there as well. So one school at least, thankfully, there was like they let us do like a demo sort of a thing. But other than that, they all were like, if you are not teaching anything that's in the curriculum, we don't know how we can help you. And sometimes even if the principal believed in it, the management, the money was somewhere else. Like the decisions were taken by somebody else. So then it was like a lot of learning to understand how this whole system also works. If it is in schools, who do you reach out to? How does it work? So yeah, the 3 months were pretty like, oh my God, are we even going to survive? But we were like, okay, let's just, okay, fine. So schools we've tried. And then we started getting some calls from colleges. So when we started going to colleges, we did a lot of things like, so colleges became a really good place for us, because this was a space where these students wanted to learn something. And also the idea of, oh wow, if we learn this, we're going to get a job. So that became like the incentive for teachers to actually even equip or upskill their students. So from then on, we've done a lot. Like we've collaborated with so many colleges in Bangalore and Mysore, and even Delhi. I went to IIMC as well, Chaitanya. One throwback to go back there and do some workshops in Hindi. That was also fun. And so yeah, it was fun. So the colleges thing actually really hit off with us, and we've also been working with some startups and companies as well. So with startups, also a lot of times when they come to us, they're like, we've started this, but we don't have a touch with our customers. We don't know how to go about it. So that's where we actually work with them in through the design thinking formula, and the compassionate leadership as well, on how they could kind of work with their customers and their employees. So that's where we're trying to strike a balance now. And so these are some of our workshops. So definitely we do design thinking, whether it's consulting or taking these workshops. We do like 90 minutes to like 3 days. So across all spectrums, we also do a lot of compassionate leadership. So this also is very close to us because like when I was at LinkedIn, my manager was this really amazing person called Justin from Australia. Like we were in the Asia Pacific team, and he really mentored me and changed the way I work and I look at things. Like by just like literally mentoring me so well. So when I saw like how a manager can actually change your work view and your life view, I really thought that was so important for everyone around us to actually have such mentors in our lives. And when sometimes, like when I see my sister, like if her manager's micromanagement and how frustrated she gets, and she's like, "Oh my god, I hate this. I don't want to work here anymore." Right? Like so that, like I want to break that. Like I've seen that happen in so many companies where managers are managers. Like they just don't become leaders. They just don't think beyond or for like empathetic for their employees. So that's something we want to work on as well. We do digital marketing because we come from that background. So we do a lot of these digital marketing workshops. Embracing the new normal. This is something we added very recently because, of course, with this changes, we had to do something new as well. Um, so we started this where we actually helping a lot of these companies like sales teams, right? They don't know how to do sales without being on the field. So we're actually working on some, getting some tools and, equipping them. So we're doing sales teams, we're doing marketing, we're doing HR. So we're working with some of these teams to, like, how they can use these online tools or to even, we actually worked with these few teachers as well on how they can do online curriculums better. Like how can they teach online better? Because that as well we're seeing like a lot of people are struggling with that, which is, and it's just being thrown to them, right? Like, and even management doesn't know what to do. Like they don't know how to teach these teachers on how to take better classes online especially. So that's where we're trying to see, if anyone or any segment needs our expertise, then we're just openly going and like assisting them, helping them, just working with them on figuring things out. Then we do AI and ethics for business. So this mainly came up when we were working with one of these colleges in Bangalore. We were doing an entrepreneurship course with them, and they had an AI teacher as well. So these students were masters in commerce, like MCom. Right. And they all were like, oh, we want to learn AI, we want to learn AI. So they actually got this teacher from some other company. Like this company, like two, three people used to come every Wednesdays, and like they would just talk in jargon, and they would just like just tell, oh, you kids don't know anything, since you've not taken science you will not understand, just be with me. Like they really demotivated the students so much that they the students actually stood up and like, we don't want these people anymore. Like we wanted to learn AI, but they've literally killed our passion to even understand what it is. So that's when we took up the challenge, and we're like, you know what, it's fine. Like we don't know too much about AI, but if we can learn it, then we can teach it in that way as well. So and that so when we started doing this, it was super fun. Like we would just do projects. Like we would find some of these projects online, like simple things like the tiny sorter. Like it actually sorts, like you just simply code and it sorts say gems and peanuts, right? Like we would just do like small experiments with the class, and we would like just learning all of us together, and that actually worked really well. And we were like, okay, there are a lot of these people who are these students from commerce or humanities who really don't understand AI, but they are going to be joining companies where AI is primary, right? So it's very important for them to understand what is AI, to just understand how and do some kind of project so they feel confident in that. So that's why we started off, and we really believe in the ethics of AI. So ethics has been very, very close to our heart. And I don't know if you all know, but Tristan Harris, who is the founder of Center of Humane Technology, like he was actually working in Google, and he started this whole thing for the ethics to make the companies, these big companies, right, like your Facebook, Google, to question them on what they're doing and is it really ethical. So that actually really blew our mind, and we're like, oh my god, like at least people should be there to question companies when they join them, or to at least question the ethics of it. So that's when we actually started, we started reading a lot, doing a lot of research, coming up with material, and so we actually combine this as well, but we work on a lot of ethics in the AI field. So that's another thing we do. And then critical thinking with curiosity, questioning a lot with students. So so these are some of our workshops that we have been doing so far. Um, and how we do it is what is a bit different about us. So none of our workshops are going to be like, like we're going to talk to you about it, there's going to be a ppt and you just have to take down notes, but you're going to be doing things. So we really believe in the 4 P's that we want to call it. The first one is projects. So you're going to be creating things. So even if it's a digital marketing class, like everybody is creating a website, everybody is spending some money on doing some marketing, they're creative, they are doing content. So we equip them so that they can actually do it, like not just theory, but they complete projects in that field. So it's projects and it's passion. So passion also means that we understand and customize things for our audience. So we work on what they are passionate about. So we actually have like an understanding, like a lot of meetings with them beforehand to understand what they want and what domain they are in. So we work on the passion of our audience. Then peers is they always work in teams. It's like group based projects, different ideas, they are having debates, they are figuring things out. So we always make it like a group thing, so they all are working and learning together. Because with this also comes like you learn from each other, right? Like we really believe in learning from each other. So that's where peers come in and play. So it's always a lot of fun. We have lots of music, we're playing games, we're having icebreakers, we're distributing chocolates. So it's everything. Like it's like we want people to have fun, like they should look forward to learning new things. So that's how we tailor every workshop of ours. And even on the online workshops that we're doing right now, also we're trying to keep the focus on these. So that actually pulls us back to make our workshops interesting. Like anytime we're there, we're like, is it fulfilling these 4 P's? If it's not, let's relook at some of these things. So that's how we kind of tailor all our workshops. So that's something different, and that's where we've been getting good feedback. So we want to maintain the whole learning part of it. um, Another thing that we really believe in our company is our values. Like right from the first day, we were very clear that we had to have a set of values, which we revisit every 6 months to see if we are on par, if we need to change anything. Because the culture of the company is what is going to make it successful, right? Whether it's just having 2 people or having 20 or 200, we believe that we need to set the culture right. So our values are definitely being vulnerable. We as people, being vulnerable is actually not easy, right? Like it's not easy to talk about your sorrows, just be bare about anything that about yourself and without being defensive. So that's something we are trying to work on, and try to at least be vulnerable to each other, so we're honest. So that's where you get radical honesty. And it's easier to work together if you realize that, okay, you know what, I'm accepting this not really, I'm not good at this, or this is really not my day. Like I had a fight with my sister and I can't just come here and leave everything beside and focus on work. Like I need to address that. So we try and talk about things in that way. And we try, and then in our field, trust in yourself is also very, very important, and trust in others. So the whole confidence part of it and trusting yourself. So we try to focus on that. We learn new things too. If you're able to, if you don't know anything, we like, I can really trust Tarun blindly. Like if I'm sick, I'm like, Tarun, can you please take this up? Like we try and equip each other to that extent that, we are able to work with each other and trust each other. And communication, like communication, as easy as it sounds, that is something, it's not easy. Like in fact, I have only been struggling with it. Like if I there were times when Tanu was like, yeah, something to say, like why didn't you talk about it? I'm like, I don't know, I don't have anything, I don't know, right? And then I'll go back and I'm like, okay, it's just all in my head. So it's just very important to communicate, which we realize, like however difficult it is, it's okay to be honest and communicate about it. So yeah, like these are things we're still, it's not like we are great at this and these are the best values in the world or anything. We're just trying to build this up. And definitely the growth mindset, where we are learning every day as well, right? So any of our workshops that we take, we always take feedback at the end of it. We always learn from that, change accordingly. So we know that it's not the best, like we can try and be better every single time. So that's where we really believe that we always take feedback. We always go back to our customers to see how we can again grow. Like, like it's like day zero. It's like a beginner's mindset. So these are some of the values that we try and work with, and we really believe that this culture. So we have an intern as well now, and we try and work with her on those lines as well. So even she feels comfortable. The culture is set right. So like anyone who joins us or anyone we work with, we want them to feel the culture. So that's what we're trying to maintain in Fire.fly. And these are some of our clients. So like most of them are colleges, and we have worked with some companies as well. Like LinkedIn we go back to because different teams call us. FutureIt is another company where we partner. We also actually partner with some companies in the learning field, like Unmatched School. Like they are doing some really amazing work in changing the way people look at mathematics, like by gamifying it. So we're trying to actually work with them on different projects to see how we could leverage that kind of, those games, and see if we can collaborate in those sense. So in these education, learning and development companies also, it's very important to have those partners. Like we can't always be good at everything, we can't always keep doing things. So we actually partner with a lot of different companies to grow together. Like it's no more competition. It's just saying, okay, you know what, like probably my clients today need something in math and I know you're great at it, let's just work this out, right? Or like doing an entrepreneurship workshop together with them, because they, like, we take say 2 sessions and they take the rest 4, because they kind of work on the marketing side of it. So we try and do some of these partnerships as well, so we all can actually grow together and have like a cool, like grow people, like people learn. So here are some of our clients. So far, we have impacted 907 lives, and this is not the number of people we have taken workshops with. That is about 3,000. But these are people who, like, after every workshop, we have this NPS score, the Net Promoter Score, right? So when we do this Net Promoter Score, so in this, it's literally just one question where you're like, if you were to recommend the design thinking workshop by Fire.fly to your friends, on a scale of 1 to 10, how like what would you recommend? Like what would be that number? So we take that NPS score and a couple of other questions about like improving feedback and everything. So these are people whose lives we have positively impacted, wherein they have given us an 8 and above, and they keep coming back to us, and we keep having those conversations. So this is, so we don't also go by like the number of like our revenue or our profits or anything. We also focus on the lives we impact. Like that was the first thing that we actually, like after we completed 1 year, we're like, you know what, let's just see how many people we have impacted, because we really believe in that impact, like growing that impact, and then comes the monetary and everything. So that's what we have been working on. So yeah, these were some of the things that I wanted to share with you about Fire.fly. And as I had said that since we follow the 4 Ps, I wanted to do a quick activity. So I wanted to know from you folks, what are you all currently working on?
Brijesh, you want to take that question?
We have a lot of things that we work on at Just Robotics. There's no one thing that you could say is what we do. We primarily conduct programs with schools. Now that schools are not operational, we're trying to figure out how we can work out. But interestingly, we've started working on a program that is completely online. It's called Make Many Robots, where we are shipping kits to kids' homes, and it comes with a lot of videos and interactive sessions, and they get a build robot. So whatever we used to do in schools, we were just translating the entire thing into an online program, and that's what has become mostly. But otherwise, other than that, we also partner with a couple of institutions like Akshay Patra Foundation, Nest, Byju's, to actually work with schools, especially the underprivileged schools, low-income schools, and then government schools, to be able to take robotics as a program to them. So if you sum up everything that we do, we are here to democratize the whole idea of how robotics is being taught to children. When I say robotics, it's a very general term for a technology driven program. robotics drives people or puts in a lot of interest in people than science, technology, and engineering and mathematics and all of them put together. So robotics is more a fancy term that we use to represent STEM. So in the K-12 space, which is like the school college space, we are trying to bring in robotics in a way where we know the future is with a lot of robots and a lot of automation, a lot of things. Every single thing that you see, the way we are addressing the problem, the way we are handling the current pandemic, we are all looking at, okay, how do we ensure there is less of human intervention? Why do we have to do things that could be done by a machine? Can we eliminate a blue collar job to be done by a machine so that people can move into a next level of working? So if you do not take robotics to these people, there will always be a bunch of people who will not have any idea of what's happening around. So they'll be so naive to technology. So they'll be so naive to the revolution that's happening that they will remain in the lower class of the especially the working class, where we have to put them to do work that's really not. I mean, I wouldn't do it, or you wouldn't do it. Kind of. So that's why we are thinking and bringing in robotics, and this happens over a long term. You can build robots and all of that, but if you do not educate people about the impact of robotics or how things work, instead of you building robots and training robots to do certain things, you will be replaced by robots. So we want to bridge that thing where technology driven change is well handled by people and making them more informed, and we start right from school, so they know this is something that's not rocket science, but it's possible. It's one circle.
Nice. I think we have a new partner. We want to partner with Fire.
I was just telling Chaitanya there was a space for logo out there, and I said, okay, let's add it.
All right, awesome. So I was just wanted to take that. What do you say? Make many robots. Your current project.
The current project is called Make Many Robots. We also won the Karnataka state government's Elevate Award about 3-4 months ago, which is helping us take this idea to reality. The whole intention is to democratize robotics education. We send out kits to kids and then learn and all that.
Wow, congratulations on that.
Thank
so
you.
I'm going to take that project for a minute and like if everyone, how many people we have on the call, Chaitanya? Like, wow.
I think 13 if I'm not wrong. Wait, or 12.
We are 11, 10 from JR and Just Robotics. About 8 of us on the video.
Okay, cool. So I want all of you, like all 8 of you, to on this particular project, like make many robots. I want you to just answer these 3 questions. So you can just type it in your phone or like write it in your book. Like I wish, and what if. So I'll give you an example, right? I like, so this is just a random example. Like, one second, my screen. Yeah. I like how we broke our team into parts to work. So I wish we would have discussed our plan before the user testing, or what if we got a new team member to speed up with a hackathon? This is just an example, but similarly, if you can just answer the I like, I wish, and what if for the Make Many Robots project that you're working on, it will be fun to see like what we have there. So take like a minute and just answer these. And everyone should do it. So yeah, you can just be on the screen and not do it, but just do it.
Right, Tanya, you could have asked these questions early only, no?
It is.
Oh, so this is with respect to the project, is it?
Yeah. Only specific Make Many Robots. Yeah.
Okay.
What if we could ship 10,000 robots to every kid in India or something? Think big, especially for the what if, like think big.
Okay, got it. Okay, I'm done.
I think. Cool. I think everyone's looking on screen now. So if you're done, thumbs up. Okay, awesome. Brijesh is still writing. I don't know about Yashwant, Eben, Ram, and Srijit. Okay. Okay. Done, right? All of you? Okay, cool. Awesome. So any like 2-3 people want to share?
Okay, I can go.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. What I like the novel theme of democratizing STEM in robotics, which is sort of important and need of the hour for a country like ours, because the gap between the haves and have-nots is ridiculous, especially in a country like ours, right? I mean, we also have someone who's broken the top 6 richest man in India or richest person, and we also have a lot of people who can't even get like 2 square meals a day. So that gap is like ridiculous, and considering the numbers that we have, it's huge. So I kind of like that at least we are taking some sort of a baby steps to kind of do something about it, then rather just say, okay, this is another anomaly or another statistics. I wish we had enough capital, to fasten the whole process, 2 times. I mean, that's the only wish I have, because I wouldn't want to change anything. I think the team is brilliant. The ethics are there. The values are intact. The culture is all right. The only thing probably we would want is probably the monies. What if we shipped about 1 lakh kits every quarter? I think that's what we're looking at some point.
Nice. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Chaitanya. Srijit, you want to share?
I wish if we make our robotic kits and ship it to all across the world, and Just Robotics turns it into a huge grossing company.
Okay.
Okay, what do you like about it?
Huh?
What do you like? Like I like.
I think which part?
I wrote about I wish.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or you are asking me?
Like for all the 3, but that's okay. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
I think I feel Vibhav. Actually, I would want to hear what Vibhav has to say.
So, I like how our team is able to align themselves to the vision of this project. So that's about I like, and I wish we had launched this program earlier, even before the Corona pandemic happened. If we had launched this, we would have probably seen that money what Chaitanya is actually thinking about. We wouldn't have wished for that thing. What if we had more people who are good at marketing? Because what we lack is the marketing acumen. We have got Chaitanya, but that's not enough, is what I feel. See, whatever we have right now is not put out to the world like how it should have been. So that is the what if.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice. Chaitanya, build a team.
I think, Sezel, you put me on a notice period right now. Thanks. Are you guys hiring?
Yes, Arun.
Yeah, I like the mission we have. Mission we are marching towards the vision. And I wish we get things done at a faster pace, little more faster. And what if we get valued at 1 million USD in the next 2 or 3 years?
I think already there.
So these are my things.
Nice.
Hopefully looking forward to that.
All right. Do all of you want to go? It won't take much time.
Yeah, it won't take much. Everyone would be nice.
I'll go. Where am I?
Yes, Brijesh.
Okay. Yeah. So I like the way the idea taking shape with respect to the values that it's driving. So one thing about how we've always worked is anything that we do, we always try to bring in that feel good factor, the long-term vision, the give back to the society kind of thing. And anything that we do, anything, be it the business, be it the programs that we do, there's always this connect, and the team deep dives into it and starts searching for it. And I like the way that how the mission statement came in after the project started. The project did not start after we had a mission that we had to democratize STEM education. The project started, and then we said, this is the vision towards which we'll work. And that's what I like. I wish there was no pandemic and lockdown and all of these things, because a lot of things have gone heavy here and there with respect to our plans, the way we've been handling things. Half of our team is not even in office. We're trying to do a lot of things, and most of these things are happening remote. And that's delayed a lot of things. What if I don't have what if exactly, but we earlier this year we wanted to say we will impact 1 million lives, and that's quite interesting when you put across. Though you did programs for about 3,000 plus people, you said that positively that you've been able to impact about 907 lives. I think we also could look into how we could impact lives and see how we could take it long term and not just a short term program. I think that's where it's revolving.
Very nice. Yeah. It's very fulfilling.
Who else? I think Yashwant.
Sir, I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll go with, I like robots. Yes, sir.
Okay. And you wish?
I wish MMR should be more fun and knowledgeable.
Okay.
Yeah. And what if MMR knocks the door in every corners of India?
Nice.
Yes.
Good. Awesome. Pratyushe.
Yes, sir.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like the way how we have kind of split into departments, like without actually splitting into it. Like when we have this particular task, we've been able to, take up the task and do it individually like a department, like without actually somebody prioritizing it. So that's something new which we have developed over this pandemic situation. Like we have kind of adapted to it. Then I wish we could have more members onto our team. Like if we had a bigger team, like a bigger department, we could have definitely speed up the process. Then what if we could actually we were able to deliver like the vision, like we wanted to set a benchmark in subscription based models. So what if we could achieve it? Like we might take this to a whole new level. So
yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, who else? She Ebin, Ram, either of them?
Is that cuckoo sound coming from Yashwant?
My house.
Yeah.
Hello. Wow.
Yeah.
Surprising.
That's at my house.
Okay.
It's rained, so.
Okay.
Is done now. Okay. I think that's done. Sezel, I think you can move forward.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was really, really interesting. And I got so much insight into what you're doing. And in fact, you folks also thought about it and, So that's like, I want to leave you all with like a thought lingering on that sense as well. So I am pretty much done. As usual, you can follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, blah, blah, blah. So all of that is there. But yes, Chetan, I wish I stayed true to 18 minutes.
I'm not sure, but I honestly couldn't care less. Trust me. I think what an amazing session this was. And also like, we're kind of glad that it wasn't an hour and a half. So it's always a huge improvement on that front at least. And also it is amazing, dude. I actually have notes that have gone on for like 2 pages for sure. So it's easy. I hope I'll probably by the end of this, when I send you that blog post, there are something that you might also find useful. And there are certain things we'll definitely call you for after the session, because I think we really want to get in touch with the Unmath guys as well as or the other people. Unmath School and Future Edge, right?
We can do that. No worries.
And I think we also discussed something along the lines of where we can also like create a AI curriculum for you guys, and we can probably come and do that on your behalf, and we can probably send on that front as well. So, wow. I mean, I know you started off with productive weekends and you hit this right out of the park, woman. It's a Saturday, and I don't think you could have used this better way. Trust me when I say that.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope you all had fun. Any feedback, let me know. You got bored in between anything. Yeah, I'll take it.
Not at all. It was...
I want to know, what is that NPS? Like, how do you get to that score?
So it's called the Net Promoter Score. So you ask everyone at the end of your session or anything, if you were to recommend Just Robotics to your friends and colleagues on a scale of 1 to 10, like how likely are you to do that? How likely are you to recommend it, right? So when they select that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever they select, like say 8, 9, 10. So when you go online, also you have this Net Promoter Score calculator sort of a thing. So in that, it's like above 9 and 10 are your promoters, right?
Okay.
Your 7, 8 are your neutral. Like they would, like the promoters will actually go out and be like, oh my God, Just Robotics is awesome. You should do it. The 7, 8, 9, 7, 6, 7, 8 would still be neutral. When they hear about it, they'll be like, oh yeah, I know them. Like they've done stuff. But then the others are your detractors. Like they are the people you need to probably work on, or they're not going to promote you in any way. So you understand where you stand and how you can get more promoters than the rest. So,
questions that are readily available, or is something that you will have to work on yourself?
One question, dude.
Oh, that's
how
it?
Likely? That's the only question. And then you just take the responses 1 to 8, 9, 10, whatever, and then just put it on the calculator. That's about it. I'll send you the link to that calculator also. You just put it and that's about it.
Sam, see, we're certainly looking at this a whole new way, because I know for a fact that we were looking at feedbacks, and we kind of take feedbacks. And every year it's a lot of fun because you have these kids writing really long essays and stuff, and it's hilarious. And sometimes we've also gotten to a point where the more the kid is kind of bashing us, more it's funny, but it's also like telling us, see, there. So it's a lot of fun to hear feedbacks from kids, because they don't get what you have to listen. They don't have any filters. There's none of that. It's straight. It either hits you or it hits you good. There's no that those are ends.
Yeah.
Some people like, this is rubbish course. Some kids are like, this is amazing, and there's no in between. That's it. And that's something that I kind of like. But this is also nice.
Yeah, that's going to with adults or anyone who would become your promoter in different companies, faculty. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Wow. Any questions, guys, across the board? No? Okay. And Sezel, okay, sorry.
So I have a generalized question. So there's been a trend for the past 5 to 6 years, starting up among college students. So what is your advice for people who start up right after college without having any prior experience on how a company works, the work atmosphere, work environment? Because when you take it as a company, you have several departments to focus on, like the sales, the customer acquisition, marketing, management stuff. But as a college student, they might not have much insight, but people to start up. So what do you think are the skills that they have to work if they're starting right after college? Or they should go take up a work experience, like work in a corporate or in a startup a company for 2 or 3 years and then start up? So what's your advice for them, or what's your take on that?
That's a really good question, Arun. Like that is like, yeah, like right after college, like, do you actually, like, if you have an idea, do you actually go start up, or do you get work experience and then you figure out that? So I think it's very, very important to firstly like have a mentor. So even if right out of college you want to start something of your own, if you have, like you want to solve a problem and you have a solution for it, then going after it is it's kind of good. But it also, like as you rightly said, without the experience, they don't know the different marketing or sales or what are the different departments and how the culture works. So that's when probably a mentor can actually help guide them in the right direction. So that's something that I have seen, like some in my college also, there were a couple of people who were like my juniors, and they started off something in college and now they've become really big, like this under 25 summit and everything. They were like my juniors and now they're like doing really well. So they just catch on like these people who actually guide them. They talk to these managers, these leaders across the board. Nowadays it's become much easier as well. Like it's easier to reach out to people on LinkedIn and all these mentor platforms as well. So that's something that I would think is that will help them. Like, and apart from that, the skills that you're talking about, it's very important to also know that if you want to start up or do anything, you want to solve a problem, right? Like, it's not like I have this amazing idea and I'm going to build this app and I'm going to become famous. But like, you spend 6 months, 1 year on it, and then you realize no one wants to download my app. Like it's like you're failing. So many startups actually fail today because they invest so much time, effort, money in their products without understanding the market, without understanding the customers, without understanding, do they even need it? Are they solving any problem? Right? So understanding that, like being humble about it to understand that. So in that sense, there are courses like, say, design thinking, or even building the entrepreneurial mindset, networking. Like these are these skills which are not very technical, but are going to help you develop that mindset to be able to take on new things. And like, even if you fail, be okay about it, because that's also a big thing. Like, you fail and you shouldn't be like, oh my god, it's the end of the world. It's not. You fail fast, you grow up faster, right? You change focus, let's do something else. Like being open to that and having that mindset is like being open to that mindset. I think every student should have. At least, like, we are trying to promote that because we really believe in that. Like, it's just by knowing, like, data science or like AI, like it's great that you know it, but if you're going to struggle if you don't know how to take failure, if you don't know how do you know, like communicate, probably, like even communication is such a key skill to kind of work with your stakeholders. So these are some of the skills that don't have much focus but need focus in today's world.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
And I mean, and also I think you asked us what exactly Just Robotics is doing. I think we kind of kept it a bit narrow because we kind of were aware that you said it's an 18-minute session and we didn't want to like elongate it. But we also have another sister concern called Answer, wherein we're building robot to disinfect large spaces using UVC radiation. So I think there are prototypes are already on. Proof of concept is long done. We're actually looking at production now. I think our order books are also fairly filling up. We are in talks with people from Singapore. I think Dubai, the orders come through. I think there's already a company that's there. A giant IT major will probably deploy our robots by the end of this month, or probably by at least the end of next month, at least for certain. We're looking at a deployment at a government hospital as well. So there's a lot of activity that's happening. In fact, so I think Ribin, and a couple of other people haven't exactly been on this call purely because they're still working. I think during the first 10 minutes of the video, you did see a round of our office. And I don't know if Ebin is still here, if he can still do that. Oh yeah, there you go, Ebin. Ebin, can you do another round of the office and probably show people sleeping also on the floor, if that's not too much to ask?
Vinay?
Get a virtual tour.
Yeah, I can. Just hold on. I need to take it inside my phone.
Okay.
Zoom inside my phone. Just a second.
Wow, you folks are doing such crazy, awesome work. Like,
and you won't believe it, we did not even have this product before March. So we started, I mean, this product happened, because owing to a hackathon, a global hackathon, which we won. And so we had product sort of ready by about, November is when it kind of took shape, and we were doing a lot of tests. And it was supposed to be a warehousing solution problem, right? So you fancy robots, Amazon and Flipkart, sorting out the facilities and stuff like that. We were also trying to automate a plant, which does lifting of vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. So that is where it happened. And owing to the pandemic, there's a global engineering team literally sat, came up, cracked an idea. And it's crazy. I'm like, I've never seen any other team that has gone from an idea to a proof of concept this quickly during a pandemic and getting it out there. Like, the product is there for you to touch and feel.
oh my god,
Rid-
lovely.
This is ridiculous on so many levels.
Damn, you guys are awesome, yeah? Just do more of this, do some marketing and put all these things out there.
But we're doing
exactly what I was telling. That's exactly what I was telling. Chaitanya, you're under fire.
I can see that. So that is what I was telling Sezel, that she's put me on a notice period, and I was asking if she's hiring. Okay. Right. Yeah. So yeah. So that's the robot, by the way, Sezel, where you can see.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
I think, if you go to our our YouTube and probably our website, you will get a fair idea of what exactly we're doing. There's a proper brochure as well as to what exactly it does and what's the technology behind it and whatnot. So yeah. So that's another thing that Just Robotics is doing. The MMR is obviously one aspect of it, but this is also something that's taken a lot of our time, effort, money, everything else.
This moves around and disinfects the areas and the space, is it?
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
Hey, okay, cool. Nothing.
Okay.
No. I was trying to put this on Facebook on the Zoom live, but Chaitanya is talking on and on, and then his video gets highlighted. I was trying to check. Now it's fine. Yeah. It's not often that we do these live sessions.
No, this is cool. Wow.
Evan, can you show us the video of the robot running? No, it's fine. Oh God, he's showing all the codes and formulas and.
Is it gonna move?
I still get fascinated by robots and them just moving and doing things.
It's crazy. You have no idea, such a crowd puller, robots moving on their own, that too, no wires tethered to them and all that. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
The robot that you see here has a complete map of it saved, of this entire space saved on it. So it knows where it is right now. It knows what are the obstacles around it. It also knows where it has to go next, including the charging and docking station. It's like your iPhone, which can go to any part of your home and come back and then get itself into the dock and get charged and again go back and do things and come back.
Wow. Oh my God. Wow.
It's a fully autonomous system. We are eliminating all the manual interventions that is necessary. Unlike a remote controlled bot, this system is a fully autonomous one.
Wow. So it can just wake up in the morning, go clean, sanitize the entire place, come back, charge itself, and just
Yes, absolutely.
Precisely that. Exactly the point.
Hey, dude, wow.
Evan, it's okay. If you're not prepared for it, that's fine. Oh, it's moving.
Moving.
Oh, see, that's the map, by the way.
Ah.
It scared someone.
Ram is working here, so I can't take the robot out. Sorry.
No problem. So cool.
Right. Cool.
Why did the live video end?
No, it's still
live on
on.
Facebook.
It's still live on Facebook.
So
No,
this
it's
is
not
our-
live on Facebook.
It says, I have that, sort of a thing that's on top that says it's live on Facebook.
No, it says the live video ended. It's available.
Vibhav says it's on.
So.
Anyhow, yeah, so that's what's keeping the the lights on at Just Robotics. as we speak. And also, I don't think we have shut shop since day one of the pandemic. Either one or two members of the team have always been there in the office. Sometimes they've been there for an entire week's length time. So
wow,
been great. And some of us are obviously working very remotely. We have Arun in TN. We have, I think Shrijit, Yashwant is in Coorg. Shrijit is in Kerala. Vibhav is in Davangere. I'm obviously stuck in Silkport. So it's that. And Brijesh, I think, keeps, flitting from his Bannerghatta and to probably the office. But so it's truly like, this pandemic's also kind of forced us to take this whole work from home very seriously sort of thing. So, yeah.
Damn cool. I'm so impressed. Like all the different things you've done. Yeah, I'm going to come to the office.
You should.
Once this lockdown gets over, we can come.
Yeah. It's actually, I'm sure. I might probably be probably overstating this, but there's a good chance that our office would probably be more cleaner than most other houses because of that. UVGC that's happening.
Wow. Nice.
So yeah.
Cool.
Guys, is there any other questions?
Nope. Thank you, Sezel.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
From your end?
Thank you. It was a nice session.
Thank you, Abhav.
Thank you.
Well, I got to see so many things. Wow.
So is there any questions for you from you to us?
No, I wanted to know what Just Robotics. Now I saw what you guys are doing. So yeah.
So expect a mail by Monday, Sezel. Monday, end of day, you should have an email.
Done.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Started walking also. Okay, bye-bye.